All right, hi, I'm Ryan Ting. I'm the Marketing Global Brand Manager on Marvel Legends.
I'm Dwight Stall, Senior Design Manager. I like global. I want to make global into my title. That sounds so much cooler. Global Design Manager. I like that. I'm changing it right now.
Okay, you guys are both global now. Great. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about what you've got as exclusives of the show?
Sure. We got two amazing exclusives this year. My personal favorite, obviously, is the 6-inch Thor Ragnarok theme set, but that's based off of the classic lore, not the movie. It has 5 figures in it, 2 Build-A-Figure scale characters with Thor and Uluk, and then it has Malekith, Odin's son, and Thor. So and it's a really beautiful premium package that has a wonderful story scripted around it, and it opens up so that fans...
Still trying to get you guys to recite the poem. To recite the poem for us.
I recited it earlier to one of our Marvel partners.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I wish I had been there to record it.
Dwight loves it. Shout out to Shannon on our team for actually writing it.
Yeah. Our copywriter Shannon did a great job with that one. And our other item?
Our other item is a 12-inch Legends. This is a growing scale for us. So we have a Daredevil just for Comic-Con this year. Really premium packaging done by Joe Posada. We actually just had an artist signing a couple of minutes ago. He was signing some posters, but yeah, it's great. Over 30 points of articulation and lots of additional accessories. Got a beat-up head, got an empty mask, got some different hands and his batons. So I
remember when you guys previewed the head.
Yeah.
We were wondering where it's going to show up, and so it showed up in the Daredevil.
Yeah,
the 12-inch.
We were able to tease it a year in advance.
Okay, great. And you guys also have...
Oh, that's right. We also have our A-Force box set this year, and this was being sold at the Entertainment Earth booth.
Yep.
And this is awesome. We're super stoked about this. It's it's loosely inspired by the A-Force comic that was out a couple years ago, and it just ended recently. It has all these amazing characters in it. Some of them were actual A-Force team members, and other ones were guest stars as they went throughout the run of the comic. But it was an opportunity to focus on an amazing group of female heroes that many of them have never seen action figure form before. So
I imagine it might have been hard to even find a place for them in just like a regular Legends wave. I mean, some of the more obscure...
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Still fan favorites, right?
Yeah, with so many of these characters belonging outside of the typical buckets that we work in, like Singularity. It's like, she's a pocket universe. What does that mean? Where does she belong? Elsa Bloodstone, Monster Hunter. It's like you could try to find a place for them, but this team set just allowed us to put such great characters in there, and we're really proud of it. We hope that and it was cool to do something different. So we've never done an all-female box set before, so it's always fun to do something different.
And this is for sale at the Entertainment Earth booth here at Comic-Con, but it will be a TRU exclusive for everyone who cannot join us in San Diego.
Great. So, you also showed off some new stuff this morning, and people are dying to hear about Deadpool and I guess a Rider's Wave.
Yeah.
So we can take a look.
Yeah, what we just debuted this weekend, or today, sorry, was the first 3 figures of our Deadpool Build-A-Figure assortment, which is coming out in spring of 2018. The first one, we have a 90s era Deadpool, 90 era Cable, and a modern Domino. And none of those are the Build-A-Figure. Just to clarify for people who are wondering, that's still a mystery, which will be revealed later this year.
Yep.
Now you've also got them in a case with this symbiote Deadpool. So, and I understand the symbiote is not part of that.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so that is going to be a standalone figure by itself in a special back in black Deadpool themed packaging. They did a really great job. It will be available as an exclusive at GameStop later this year, and then rolling out into 2018.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then the other new bits that we showed this morning were 2 things that we're really excited about. First up is our debut of Black Widow on the first figure in our new Riders assortment. More clarification, Black Widow in her motorcycle is not a Build-A-Figure. It's a standalone. It's the start of a standalone assortment. I believe it's we're shooting for $34 or $39.99, and it's going to be everywhere. It won't be an exclusive. It's something new that we're trying because you guys have been asking for other things beyond just the figures, and this is our first step towards doing that, trying to explore some new ground.
So $39.99 will include the figure and the vehicle. Is that and
correct?
So, So what does that mean in terms of like a wave size, or is this just like a standalone thing with Black Widow, or is it part of a wave?
It is part of an assortment. We're not going to reveal exactly how many or who's coming, but you might see one more on this week. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Starting spring 18. Yeah, we're really excited to do this because the 6-inch world that Toy Biz started didn't even really have much vehicles. There was like one sort of wave of, they called it Legendary Riders with like a few, Scarlet Witch and Wonder Man type weird things. But we're really looking to bring the large premium vehicles. And we were showing off, Tony was demoing it today, but that Black Widow actually has like a suspension, which is spring. So the wheels spin and the back kind of bounces up and down as she goes along. So great for play or display or whatever you want to do.
So what sorts of vehicles might we expect as part of the...
For the launch, think vehicles in the scale of what you see here with Black Widow's bike. In the future, who knows where we might go with it, but we're using that as our benchmark for getting it off the ground.
Since it's an assortment, so they'll all be at that $99.99 price point.
So don't be expecting X-Men Blackbirds or things like that, just yet. Maybe someday.
Right.
How about like Bob, agent of Hydra, riding in MODOK's chair?
that would be amazing. That would be an amazing item. That sounds like a great Comic-Con idea.
All right, just remember I thought of that.
There you go. There you go.
And finally, you guys also showed off this awesome new vintage look or vintage style.
This is one of Ryan's favorite pet projects this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the 90s, like a lot of our fans, with the original Toy Biz line of superheroes, which, transitioned later into X-Men. They did Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, everything. So this was, just our homage to that. It's basically a 6-inch Legend quality figure. You'll notice some of the bucks are the same, but they've got all this great kind of retro redeco, some new pieces here and there, and of course the really great packaging that is a nod to that vintage look that is now, hard to believe, 27 years old. Came out in 1990. But, we're kind of doing a modern take on it.
Really puts it in perspective. Yeah, 27 years.
We're all old.
So we revealed Cap and Spidey. This will be an assortment by itself, 1999. Later this fourth quarter, 2017, and we'll be revealing more tomorrow and at our panel as well.
So should people expect to see like the same characters that we saw in the Marvel Superheroes line, or are you guys branching out a little bit, or what's your...
So yeah, we're not necessarily trying to recreate literally exactly what they did with Series 1. Star Wars had a very particular formula. They were trying to recreate that one path of however many figures it was. But we're taking inspiration from both. We want to do some characters that maybe weren't in that original line, but then of course some of the guys who the stalwarts like Captain America and Spider-Man, you'll see them. Yes.
So yeah, the Ragnarok wave is the next wave of Legends coming out this year, and it's one of our most excited things because we've never really capitalized on a Thor wave. We've never done a Thor wave, so this new movie looks really fun and a little bit different from what the last two Thor movies were. It looks fun, it looks bright. Not that the other Thor movies were great too, but it's got a different feel to it that we're really excited about. Bringing Hulk into the mix and all these other characters, it just looks like it's going to be.
That Build-A-Figure is massive, the Hulk figure.
Thank you. Yeah, the gladiatorial arena Hulk looks so cool. It's awesome that they took such a faithful interpretation of the source material from the comics and did it so amazingly, for the screen. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to work on. He's big. He's a big, thick, heavy character.
He's got two huge weapons. He's got a hammer. He's got an axe. He's got a removable helmet. It's a really great Build-A-Figure. And then also, for clarity, we've got that target exclusive that we talked about, which is where you'll get the unhelmeted Thor with that new lightning effect. He's got Heimdall's sword. And that comes with Valkyrie, and that's the only place to get Valkyrie.
And she looks great too. How about Scourge? We're not seeing a Scourge, so
not yet.
Not
yet, but hey, it's like we always said, man. There's so many characters in these films. It's almost impossible for us to get them all the first time around. But keep your fingers crossed, and let's hope that we get a chance to get to them in the future.
Okay.
Maybe he'll be back in Thor 4. and he can be one of our lead characters then.
Okay.
Or maybe before, who knows? But
Keep our fingers crossed for that.
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Lastly, we can close with the other fall assortment is the Knight's Wave Wakon. It's like a mix of the Netflix shows as well as some classic comic iterations of those types of characters in Bullseye, Wade, and Man-Thing Build-A-Figure. So we're really excited for that. It's part of our new initiative to do the most realistic looking actor likeness faces. I think all four of them really came out great, particularly Punisher and Jessica Jones really looked like John Bernthal and Kristen Ritter to me.
I think so too. Very proud of him.
So you guys had a moment with John Bernthal, right, where he got to look at his.
It was fantastic. He made fun of himself, making a comment about how busted up our action figure's nose was. Having some fun at his own, at his own self, which was really great. But he really loved it. He thought he was really pleased with it last year, and that was it's. I don't know. I mean. I still have those big kid moments when you can show these things to the actors who are portraying these characters so faithfully, and when they get excited and they actually are jazzed that we were able to do that for them and do something that they're also respect and say, yeah, that looks great. It's like it means a lot when it's one thing for us to say we think it looks great, but when they see it and they're like, yeah, that looks like me, that looks awesome. It's pretty cool. It feels good.
Well, stuff looks fantastic, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Take care of yourself.
See you on Saturday.
Yeah, see you guys.